What is going on, you guys? I am back with another video. In today's video, we are bringing back an oldie but a goodie. Now, do you guys remember those videos that I used to do teaching you guys how to DJ, DJing for beginners? Okay, well, this time we're kind of gonna change things up a bit. This time we are gonna do the same thing, but back then I was using my Numark Mix Track Pro. This time we are gonna use my brand new toy. Well, not very brand new, but you know, brand new to the channel because I've never done a mix video or anything using this video other than the iRig videos. That's the only place you guys have ever seen my new controller. But this time we are gonna make another DJ tutorial. So I'm gonna teach you how to use the NumarkNV 4-channel DJ controller. So let's get into it. Okay, so before we get into the video and the tutorial, we are gonna go through a bit of a rundown of the Numark NV. First, we're gonna start off with the crossfader. The crossfader looks to be like you can switch it out, which is cool. I needed to switch mine out because, as you can see in the screen, it kind of jumps. But this is cool because I can get a more rigid, maybe a more smoother crossfader. But I mean, this feels nice. It's just, you know, it might be broken because I did buy this controller used. Second of all, as you can see, there are the volume faders. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, which means that you can manipulate and control 4 different tracks at the same time. This is kind of confusing to me sometimes because since I'm more used to a left to right kind of thing, so I'm used to seeing, you know, 1 on this side, 2 right here, 3 and 4. Instead I have 1 and 2 in the middle and 3 and 4 on the sides, but that's okay. Next we have the Q knobs. The Q buttons. And here you can basically switch from channel to channel, so that way you can listen to and hear what you are playing or what you are going to play next. Third, we have our mix knobs. And what I mean by mix knobs is that each individual volume fader has its own gain and filter knobs, and it also has the treble, the mid, and the bass. So if you want to give it a little more of clarity, you would heighten up the mids. If you want to give it more of a drier sound, you would use this. And then if you want to just give it that oomph, you would go to the bass. And the filter, I like to use the filter to transition in and out of tracks sometimes, because it gives it just a little bit of more flavor. Now you have your sync, cue, and play buttons. I know there's a lot of scrutiny or criticism on the sync button, but in all honesty, like DJ Jazzy Jeff said, if it's there, use it.
Is sync the end of DJing?
I just said earlier that technology doesn't have shit to
do with DJing. Like, I don't understand this whole thing that people are mad at the sync button. Don't use it if you don't want to use it. But if you want to use it, use it. I think people start realizing that the reason why you DJ is for them people out there to have a good time. They don't give a about a sync button. Stop worrying about that the people that you're supposed to be DJing for don't worry about. They don't worry about what kind of equipment you use.
Cause that's the bottom line. Cause Stone Cold said so.
You know, there's really nothing wrong with that. I use it all the time. Now, the scratch button, you can turn them off or on if you want to use it or not. This is, I don't remember if this was a feature that the Numark Mix Track Pro had. It might have, but I like this feature because when you're mixing or when you're trying to in a way move the jog wheel to make the track go faster or slower, sometimes if the scratch is on, you'll it'll move, and there goes your mix. So that's cool that you can turn it on and off. Next, here I believe I haven't tried this one yet, but I believe if you turn these on, you can, yeah, here you go. You guys see on the screen on my computer and on my DJ deck, if you touch these, they will light up, and you can basically control it with your finger. Ooh. Which is cool. I haven't used it, but I mean, it's there if you need it. The bleep is to, let's say when you're mixing a song that has a lot of profanity, bad words, this would basically kind of bring it forward or bring it back. The slip also kind of helps it as well. Next, we have this beautiful screen as you do here, and as you can see, all these buttons right here, they have different functions, and you can switch between several things. Like here, you can skip between one deck and the other. This one is assigned to 1 and 3, and this one is assigned to 2 and 4, which is cool because when you go, at least in the virtual DJ program, you go here where it says 2 decks, and you can switch to 4 decks, and now you have all of these different windows that'll basically maneuver both decks at the same time. And like I said, you can jump between 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Me, I'm not really much of a 4 deck kind of person. I mean, I do it every now and then, but for the most part, I'll just stay on 2 decks and, easy. Now, the range, as you can see, the screen at the bottom here is moving. This, if I am correct, it is for pitch. If anyone has anything different, maybe they can put it down in the comments, but as far as I knew, that's what it was. And this right here, the tap, keeps you in tempo. It changes the BPMs right here, so as you can see, you see it moving. Actually, it's not even right here, it's right over here. I don't know why it's moving it on this side, but that's okay. And you can also see it moving here. So this kind of keeps you in tempo. Adjust and slip, I'm not quite sure what those do. But here you can basically, where it says load, you can go from, you don't even have to look at your computer screen to be mixing. You can just control everything from here, which is one thing that I like about the NV, that again, I don't have to look at my computer screen. So you know, you go to your playlist. How to DJ a new video is my playlist right now, because that's what I'm using. So let's just say I want to go to this one, right? It'll load it. Or let's just go to this one. It'll load it, as you can see on the computer screen, and on my deck's screen it just loaded it up, which is cool. And you can do the same thing on this side, and it'll do it here too. Oh, sometimes I forget. Alright, so there, it loaded it. So that's also a cool thing too. And here you can yeah, so go back, and here you basically have everything that is on your computer, so you can look at everything, and this is everything that I have in my computer. So we go back, let's just go back to this right here. Cool. Now the D view, actually let's go to the panel view. So the panel view, let's go back to my computer screen. It switches from the mixer, video, scratch, and the master window, which is cool, because sometimes when I'm recording things, I have to make sure that things here are going well. And when I want to check my levels, I go to the mixer window. And sometimes when I just want to, you know, feel like DJ Jazzy Jeff, I go here. Video, I don't really do much video, but if I did and I needed to look for that window, I can just press panel, and this is where I would go. Now, if we go to the D view, it'll switch from the actual waves window. It'll go to my playlist. It'll go to all of, you know, my, it's like if I was looking at this on my computer, and it just goes back around, which is cool because again, it keeps me from not looking at my computer screen too much, because in reality, looking at your computer screen is only for reference. DJing, it's all here. Your talent, your creativity comes here. Alright, so moving on to the next part. If you can see that, we have a mic tone, a mic aux gain, a booth, and a master volume. So the master volume is basically what controls your PA volume. So, you know, depending on how high you want it or how low you want it, you would go here and you would adjust it. I don't know why I had it here, but let's just keep it there. Now, right here at the booth is, let's say you are at a nightclub, or if you're DJing a hall where there's a lot of reverberation. I've actually used this a few times, and it really does help because my PA is so loud that, you know, between the bass and the highs and the mids of my PA monitors, they get in the way of what I'm listening to in my headphones sometimes, and I don't really like to pull the volume up so much on my gain for my headphones, that having this boost feature helps a lot. Now, the mic and aux gain. This one is so cool because you can also control your mics, and you can also control an MP3 aux cable. Now, you see this little area right here. I don't know if you can catch it, but it says mic off and aux. So if it's off, both aux and mic features are off. If you switch it to the bottom, the mic is on. If you switch it up, the aux feature is on. And here, like I said, you can control both of those things. Now, if your controller is connected to a secondary sound mixer, you can even get more power and more volume from this, because this is cool, but sometimes it's just really not enough, and that's kind of the sad part, and what sucks, because sometimes when you want to have your levels even, and you have something like this, you really can't have that. So that's why having an external mixer would be good. I don't have one. I should, but I mean, in the future that'll come. Now, the mic tone. If you want a more like these, this is basically the same thing. If you want a more dry or a wet tone, then you would go here and you would adjust it. And I believe this is what gives your mics that like echoey sound and just effects overall. Now, if we go down to this part of the controller, actually, let's go to this little corner here, if you guys can see that. So here, basically, it jumps. If you look on my computer screen on this area, it will shift. So let me move it so you can see the numbers moving. These are basically loops, and depending on how much loop you want to give is what you would press here. Now, pitch bend just kind of helps the track be on beat. It's kind of the same thing like the jog wheel when the track is going. You can basically move it just so slightly, just so that way the track can catch up and be on beat to your track on this side. Now, moving on here now. So you have cues. As you can see, I already have one set, but this is for something else. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna reset it. So for example, let's just say you want your song to start oh, actually it's already here. So I have set my my cue point to start here because that's where the beginning of the song starts. So depending on how many times I press it, as you can see on the computer screen, it'll just keep jumping back. And let's say you wanna set your next cue point here, right? You would do another one, and if you want to do another one right here, you would do another one, and so on and so forth. And you can just go here and basically for Mac it's 2 fingers, so you just basically would 2 finger the numbers here on the screen and it'll delete it. And as you can see here, it is no longer blue. And on auto, it's basically like I was talking about here. I don't know why instead of it saying auto, it says loop, but I mean it's basically the same thing. So depending on how much you want, you click, 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 and as you can see, it'll give me a 2-bar loop. Now if you go further, it'll give me 4 and 8. So depending on what it is you're mixing, if you're mixing a extended track or if you're just waiting to transition into the next song, then you would pick what it is you want. And here, this is the cool part, because let's say as you can see here on this side that it's on 8, and this is where you normally have it. I don't normally have it on here. I have it normally on number 4, but you'd go here and you basically would go in, and then here would set it to out, and then it'll loop. So it's going. As you can see, it'll come right back, and then you would, transition into the next song. This is just for demonstration purposes. I would be more involved with the mix when it comes to using this feature, but that's how that works. So that is the features that the NumarkNV has to offer. Now let's put all of this into practice. Alright guys, so there you have it. That was a complete rundown and demonstration of everything that we talked about, everything that I showed you. This controller has got to be by far one of my favorites that I've used. I mean, even though I've only used two. This is my second one, but this is gotta be my favorite one, only because I had the Numark Mix Track Pro for, I don't know, probably the first I want to say like 10-11 years of that I've been a semi-professional DJ. So I felt like I needed something more, something a little bit more versatile, and this right here does it for me. It has everything that I need. It functions well, like a well-oiled machine. Again, it's just a really good controller. Me, since I started off with Numark, like I've said in the past, I had an old CD mixer. Can you guys believe that? That's what I first kind of started getting a feel for what it was to DJ, to get an ear for things. And finally, when I developed that ear, then I moved on to getting the free trial. Can you guys believe that? The free trial of Virtual DJ, and then ended up paying for the subscription, and then finally pulling the trigger on the actual program itself, buying myself a controller, my first controller, and practicing more on there, because believe me, going from a CD controller or mixer, as you should say, to something like a digital setting, it's different, because the computer already does a lot of it for you. As for the CD mixers, you have to listen, and that's what helped me. So again, I felt like I needed more, and I did my research, and it was either this or the NV2, I want to say, and there really wasn't much of a difference other than appearance wise and price. And this one was more in my price range used, and it works pretty well. The only thing, like I said in the video, the crossfader does kind of glitch every now and then, so I might have to get that switched out. But that's the cool thing about this, that you can swap out parts. At least that's what it looks like. You could swap out parts. So maybe in the near future I'll find myself a new crossfader or something better, and I will switch this out. But until then, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions, any concerns, any words of wisdom, any words of encouragement, because I know lately you guys have been just eating this stuff up, and I enjoy making these videos for you guys, because I know there's a lot of stuff that is not out there, especially, for example, the iRig stream solo stuff. So those videos will be linked in this video as well, so you guys can go check those out. But again, make sure to go like this video, share it with every DJ that you know, beginner, amateur, semi-professional, even professional. Just let them watch. Share it with them and let them know, hey, look, this guy, he seems to know what he's doing. So yeah, go share it, and as always, subscribe to the channel and turn on those post notifications so that you don't miss a single video that I put out like this. Till next time, peace.
Aside from my soul,